Hello, I am Conti of the Conticast. Today I have a special guest with me again here today. Would you like to introduce yourself, Mr. Guest?
It's me, Sam, old uh, the greatest left in PF history. Not really, probably Zerfa, but still was pretty good when I played. An
Hmm.
all-time player.
All right, welcome, Mr. Sam. So, how long have you been playing PF? Let's just dive into it.
I play as early as the alpha version, back when there was a Nuketown variation of PF. Like there's the only map that was Nuketown. It was like
Hmm.
very early alpha testing, like 2015.
Wait, I have
Before that,
I have
so
no idea what that. Can you explain that? Because I have no idea. I didn't play. I
uh,
was like,
it
dude,
was
I
a
was like 7.
It was a very early just gun testing build of PF at the time.
Oh, okay, okay.
I thought it was pretty cool because before that when I played Roblox, I started around like 2010, 2011. I mainly
Hmm.
war clan and like played obbies all day and
Hmm.
was a sword fighter.
Okay.
I did a bit of RCL, but yeah.
Okay. And do you play main game now or no? Has that ended for you?
I've quit that since probably V6.
Okay. Okay. And were you in any PF communities before you joined competitive?
Yeah, I was in Synthesized OG's Discord community. That's actually how I got into competitive, funny enough.
Oh,
I
okay.
made fun of the Great Empress and thought they were shit.
Who's
Or not very good at the game.
who's
They were an
that?
old school comp player.
Okay.
It's the best way to describe how they play is that they were Tom before Tom, essentially.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that's also how I met Siren Burst was from the Synthesized OG community server
And
because
who was Siren Burst? Can you talk about that?
he was the at the time one of the greatest comp players to ever do it. He
Mm.
joined randomly, had a really good anchor play style for 2016, had a really good reaction time, and had pretty solid tracking for playing 10 CM,
10
even
cm?
anomaly. Yeah,
10 centimeter
everyone.
360.
To be fair, everyone played a relatively higher sense back then. I don't think anything was ever optimized at all. So it
Interesting.
makes sense.
Okay. And how long have you been here? Almost 10 years, right?
For competitive, yeah, nearly 10 years. I
Mm.
started a little bit, well, when season two of CPFL was going to be a thing.
Hmm.
I think I got recruited by Elite Bob to join the Anarchists, the same team that Goss I was in for a little bit.
Hmm.
But not actually playing these scrims or anything. I kind of just joined the team and I got bored, so I just kind of quit.
Right. So who was before we get into God status? Who was Elite Bob? Because I these are names I've never heard before.
Really good old school player. Was a part of the original like Phantom Rangers iteration.
Okay.
I think Nolan rated him really highly. Also rated him pretty highly. He understood how to play the game very well
Okay.
back in the day.
And you were briefly teammates with God status, right?
Yeah, I do remember that shortly.
Can
It's
you
very short.
can you talk about why God status was so ahead of the curve compared to the other PF players? Because if we look at like current PF players now, everybody is kind of in line with each other, like at least in Pro Q. But if we look at like back then, God status was just so ahead. Can you explain maybe why that is?
I would say hardware was a pretty big factor, but even besides hardware, he just played more and understood the game at a macro level.
Mm,
He was
okay.
the one. He was probably one of the few players that had good macro and a good PC to kind of like exploit that and be good at it. So
Okay.
it makes sense.
Okay. And how many, since you've been in the community for nearly 10 years, how many teams have you been on in your time?
Let's see here. The Anarchists, a one. Team Exile in season six. I think of CPFO when I really came back. I kind of didn't really play a lot, and
Mm,
then I was in gang for a short time for like what season nine that I remember. I could
mm,
have also not been in team in season seven. I don't remember that part of my life honestly.
mm.
Um, I was in NASA for a short time. There's also Team Nuts for season one. There's Pittsburgh Steelers, Mom Jeans. I think I was on Drain Gang, Family Guy, L9. It's like over 10, and then now Wake Pad, so what,
Hmm.
11 teams.
And
What was it?
out of those 11, which one was your favorite to play on?
Most memorable as like a team based perspective where we all had fun and kind of just talked about the game and enjoyed the game and learning about it.
Hmm.
Uh, Honestly, probably the beginning back in the Anarchist because I was kind of excited for a bit, and
Hmm.
then Team Exile because it was just Jackson or Jafin,
Hmm.
Elrez, a lot of the old SS guys that played. We kind of got shit on by like Nolan in the first game and PR, but
Interesting.
like it was still fun to play regardless.
That's great. That's great. Can you talk about um how you and Jackson have known each other? Jafin have known each other for a while. Can you talk about your friendship?
Well, we both loved mechanics back in the day. I introduced some
Hmm.
Kovacs in like 2018, and we kind of just been like
So
close about
so you
being better.
introduced Jathan to Kovacs. You made him the great aimer that he is.
No, he was always good.
Oh, okay.
He was always good.
Okay.
I gave him more of a platform to express his mechanical skill, if
Okay.
anything.
Okay. And out of your 11 teams, what were some notable ones? Like, what were some notable ones that you maybe have won on, or just had some really
Um,
cracked players?
Actually 12. I forgot AZ. I was on
Oh,
AZ for a short time. I mean, AZ with Nolan and Guru when Guru finally got a PC.
mm-hmm.
Gang for season 9 where I got a free win. I basically did nothing, which I don't really count, but it is a free win regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I thought about it. I think Nolan, like looking back at it, was like a really good teammate to have. He's one of the players that you want if you want to win the game or win the
Right.
season. He's a
Right.
very important teammate.
Mm-hmm.
Very easy to work with in a team setting. I rate him highly.
Okay.
Um, Trying to think who else. I think Pulse would be a really good teammate to play with.
Mm-hmm.
Van, I rate very highly as well.
Mm-hmm.
I never played with them. Uh, Trying to think. Is there any more I forgot of? Oscar, of course. Oscar
Right.
and
Oscar.
Austin or Spirals. I
Mm-hmm.
think Spirals are probably my favorite team to play with of all time. He was kind of like the Kawhi Joe. So
Mm-hmm.
me and him would just shot call together, and it was really nice. We both make calls.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really underrated thing about him.
What rates Oscar so highly? Because a lot of people will know Oscar from his videos, but he did play competitive and he was one of the greats. Can you explain that?
For me, he's my personal goat, but what makes him so good is that he understood the micro very well while having really good reaction time, while also having some of the best like mechanical skill and
Mm.
really fucking top tier aim, in my opinion.
Okay.
He basically had all the intangibles as well. I think if he was in NA, he'd probably be rank one unanimously. I think he'd
Mm-hmm.
beat Andre, but
Mm.
I think most people say Andre's better, which is fair.
Okay.
It's really interchangeable for most people.
Okay. And you mentioned season 9 gang. What made them such a powerful force?
Everyone understood the role properly.
Okay.
It's why I think IGLing is overrated because if everyone has a set protocol on what to do, then you don't really need to command people on how to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Really, to be honest.
Well, like, what if? Well, because that's like one instance of everybody being crazy good at the game. Do you think it's still? I don't. Would it be a stretch to call it overrated, considering that there's so many players that don't understand what role they're supposed to play?
No, I don't think. I think it is so overrated because most people aren't very intelligent when it comes to thinking about the game at a
Mm.
fundamental level.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think that's the case.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is though, is that the game doesn't really feel like you need to be big on the macro anymore. It's more so a micro game where it's all intuition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, at least.
Okay. Well, hold on, because I talked about this last night with Bounty and Boberson, and they said that people think too far into it. Do you agree or disagree? Like when you'd ask a top player, you'd see a top player's clip, and you ask them, and to you it might look like to an average player they might have done something dumb, but to a big time player, they're explaining the play in like grave detail. Do you think that people just think too far into the game, or do you think that the game is just simple?
I think the game is essentially pretty simple. It's not like Valorant we have to worry about economy or utility. It's really just a nade and you emphasize peak or you don't emphasize peak.
Mm-hmm.
Or you play a better angle if you don't play a better angle.
You
A
just
lot of PF in my mind is very set in stone
okay,
in how you play.
okay,
I think it's
and
pretty easy.
yeah, and so you were on Team Nuts SEL season 1, right?
Yep, that's true.
Can you explain how you guys lost to Chaos? Such as a team like that. Like, if you look at Team Nuts, you had some crazy good players. I mean, you had Oscar, you had Culprits, Legendary, yourself, Jafin. You guys were destined to even rival Gang. What happened there?
Let's just say they had a better team overall and they kind of team sucked, which is kind of the problem with PF competitive for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were good for like 1 to 3. Like it was like me, Oscar, and Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Us top three, we definitely could compete in like a 3-3 format. But when you have Blue Frost and no offense to Jafin at the time,
Mm-hmm.
he was our fifth member. If like, they have like Dracaris as their fifth member,
Right.
if we're rounding up by teams, we would have to have a god to performance to even compete.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of like the thing I really harp about.
Okay. But still, the team. But okay. So the team didn't beat Chaos. Chaos had a better team, right? Do you think
Yeah.
that? Do you think that if? Do you think that you guys really had to have a god tier performance, or was Chaos really just the better team? Like, does chemistry not mean anything in a game like that in that day and age?
They had both the chemistry and the firepower, and we kind of had none
Oh,
in
okay,
comparison. In
okay,
comparison,
okay.
Jafin also kind of sold us in map three, I think, or map two, a warehouse, and ever since then, I mean, it's really why I was so big on the K7 that I flamed him really hard after the game. I still kind of feel bad about it, truthfully.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, like we made amends. He's still my good friend, but like I
Mm-hmm.
still kind of feel pretty bad for doing that.
Were you a K7 hater back in the day? I remember a lot of people did not like
It
that gun.
is fundamentally broken. It was a fundamentally broken gun. Guns like that shouldn't be in any competitive format,
Okay,
in my opinion.
okay. So, how does you just talked about how you were the top three roster and how you have to have a god tier performance. How does your mindset differ when playing on a team like that compared to a team with worse players? Like if you're like say you were playing on a team with two other worse players, how does your mindset differ? If they want to win, because I do remember you saying that you're willing to do what it takes if your team wants to win.
Well, we would have to go over Prac. I mean, Prac really being we kind of talk about the micro, tell him like things we could change on, how to be better. Maybe give them like a aim routine they really needed. I don't think it's required for PF at all, but it could help them if they really care about it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it's just like how many hours are you willing to put in to learn every little micro instance of the game,
Right.
right? So
Okay.
I view it.
And let's skip to Pittsburgh Steelers. You mentioned that you guys didn't scrim for 4 to 5 months. What happened there?
Let's just say SCL had probably some of the worst scheduling time for people like us because I was just working a lot and
Right.
partying a lot and having interesting situations with women. So yeah, for me that was not ideal. So I kind of just didn't really care about PF at all.
Right. The guru before
So
the guru.
I mean, I did inspire him a bit. I'll say that much. You probably should put that for a thumbnail. We didn't scrim for 5 months on pit.
Right. I will. I'm actually going to do that right now. So, how did you guys get so far if you didn't scrim for almost half a year?
We probably had the best firepower. I'd
Mm.
already get some of the best firepower.
Wait,
We were like probably a
can you
top two or top three
name
team on
some of the
paper.
people on the team? Because I don't remember.
Me, Malt,
Hmm.
Rokas, Tom, Dracarius.
Hmm.
That's like more than enough already. That
Hmm.
tells you a lot.
Right. Right. But a lot of
Oh
people.
yeah, Daniel. Let's
Oh,
forget about
okay.
that.
Okay. A lot of people underrate Dracarius. Can you explain why? Because he was a crazy good player, but he's really underrated.
People just found him annoying.
Hmm.
He's an all-time great player. People just found him annoying.
Okay.
That's all it was.
Okay. And you guys were willing to have a player that a lot of people found. And did you guys find him annoying, or was that just not a factor?
I didn't find him annoying at all personally. I think we need people that are nerds about the game that love and can tell you about every intricate detail on why a gun is broken and why a gun isn't broken.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Personally,
All right. That's sick. So after Pitt, right? Did you continue to like play PFMM, SCL, or did you take a break?
I'm pretty sure after that time, I just thought from my mind, I was like, I'm probably gonna quit the game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
But you didn't.
I
Why?
just I could have swore I did. Did I not quit after that?
I don't know.
I mean, a lot is very blurry to me, but I'm 99% certain I just stopped playing because I just got bored of the game. It just
Hmm.
wasn't fun to me.
Okay.
I didn't like
And
how SEO's direction was as well.
okay.
That was pretty dumb.
So you didn't. So let's talk about SCL really quickly. You didn't like the direction. A lot of people didn't like the direction. What was wrong with SCL's direction?
It felt like a dictatorship where people that were at the head of the dictatorship weren't really invested in the betterment of competitive PF at the time.
Mm-hmm. So did it just feel like an extension of Stylus in a way?
Yes, a forceful extension of Silas. It should have been our subgroup group, like it
Mm.
always has been.
Okay. And do you think they tried to kill like the player ran leagues to have their own league just to simply have control over you guys?
Yeah, already gets kind of the case, but they tried to put their foots. I mean, their toes in the scene. It just didn't work out because it
Mm.
didn't work out, but it happens.
Okay. And you've been known as a silly guy. Would you ever
Oh yeah.
try would you ever try and become the best again? Become serious and maybe take the mantle from Pulse Drop?
No,
Oh,
because there's a lot other players that are way higher skill than me and have more time than me, and I think are infinitely better than me. AKA Remser, because if anyone were to be the goat soon,
mm-hmm.
it probably would be Remser.
Okay.
If I'd have to give you a guess.
Remster?
Yeah, I think Rumster
Not
was like a
Paradigm?
pretty good shot.
Not
No,
not 9-6.
Paradigm could be like top three
He's not top 3 right now.
right now. No, it's like top four.
Okay.
That's pretty fair.
Okay. So you've played with the PF greats in both eras. Can you explain the greats of the why the greats of the old era were so much further ahead of the greats of the new era? Because if you compare the eras, right, the greats of right now, you can keep up, like not really in a sense, but like you can. I'm trying to say like you can still keep up with them, I guess, like in a match sense, like maybe not like players like Pulse Drop and Nick because they're just so much further ahead, but like the top 10, you can still keep up with them compared to like back then when it was just the top 10 and then everybody else was like top 20. Can you explain that?
I
Like
think
the
hardware definitely played a factor. I mean, having good hardware always mattered, and
mm-hmm,
I think people just as like the games got on, naturally people are going to get better mechanically. So I think the mechanical edge has been a lot like reduced compared to how it used to be. So
okay,
if I to answer the question, it'd be like that.
okay. So let's slip away from comp for a little second. You were a pub stopper, a pub stomper back in the day. What was pub stomping
Yeah,
like back then? Was
very therapeutic.
mm,
All gauge bar is fun. No camera recoil, so everything felt like it would beam.
mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Was it
it's very
like,
enjoyable.
were you just shitting on noobs, or like was there other players that could even touch you in pubs?
Oh, you would shit on dudes. You had better mechanics. It was that
Mm,
simple.
okay, okay. And you mentioned the all H bar. Was that your favorite?
Funny enough, I guess it was my favorite. Yeah, I had the most kills on it at the
Mm-hmm.
time. I did the kill record back in the day.
You took the.
But
Do you still have it currently or no?
no, they
No.
took that a while ago. But I
Mm,
don't really care. That's life.
right. And then what were your go to maps back in the day?
Metro, Desert,
Mm,
Ravad. There's like the main three pub maps I
mm-hmm.
loved playing the most
And
by far.
you had the desert kill record, right?
Yep, 180 to 20. It was like a 5 year record that no one really broke back in like V11.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
it's pretty good.
did you ever care to like try and take it back when somebody took it, or was it just like it's over?
No, it was long gone, brother. It was
Mm,
long gone.
okay.
Something wrong about that though.
All right. And so you were let's go a little forward. You were one of the first to start doing clip dumps. I don't know, I feel like nobody knows that, but you were one of the first.
I was probably the first person to actually take it somewhat seriously. Yeah, it was
Mm-hmm.
like I think me and Jackson because we were talking about it.
Right.
I think we both said that no one really made frag moves for PF, and we kind of said, "Why not? Let's just do it, see what
Right.
happens."
And so
And
you
yeah,
uploaded it, and what happened? Did it do well and it motivated you to do more, or
it did decent enough. And then Jackson started doing it, and we were like, "Hey, why not start making like frag videos?" 'Cause I had like I think my title was like what Daystar highlights #1 or the best aimer in PF. 'Cause I thought it'd be funny to clickbait or something.
mm-hmm.
So I hope I blow up. And it kind of worked for the time, like a few thousand views, I think.
That's not bad. And
It
so
wasn't bad at all.
yeah, and so you upload these videos, and did you see people start to follow you right away and jump on the bandwagon of frag movies on PF, or was it like a slow burn?
It was a slow burn until Austin or Spiros really started uploading them. And
Mm,
it's funny because I kind of inspired him without really knowing it. It was probably more Jackson, but
mm-hmm,
it was one of the forefronts.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And were you
People won't really recognize that, but
right?
it's fine.
I mean, that's why we're doing the podcast.
Yeah, good
And
point.
so were your videos different? Because Jackson, I remember watching Jathan's videos back in the day, and his were more like flicky and T-switch. Were yours the same, or were they like more feeds?
Mine was a mix of fluidity and tar switches. It wasn't really about just being purely flicks. I wanted to be consistent.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I didn't really care about feeds
Right,
at
right.
all.
Okay. And now let's switch back to your comp career, to the current comp career. What brought you back to PFMM?
Boredom.
Hmm.
None of the game's fun to me anymore. So I play PF again.
Okay. And what surprised you when you came back? Like, were you surprised to see any faces? Were you surprised to see how much the game had changed, or no?
Honestly, the fact of how far I quit and how I'm still half decent after all the time I've been gone, I think I'm kind of I definitely assimilate myself to be half decent again.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah,
And did you think that did you like plan on coming back and destroying, or were you just like planning on coming back just for fun, like just to see?
I plan on coming back to at least be half decent again.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I don't think I was gonna destroy it all. These guys have way more hours than me. They understood the game more. Back when I first started playing again, I didn't know how to ump slide, truthfully.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to learn that again. So that kind of tells you a lot.
And did you think that held you back a lot in your games? Like, were you noticing that?
Yes, because of ump side peaking, not even really because of rotation times. Ump
Mm-hmm.
side peaking is such an important thing, in my opinion, for how I play the game. I
Mm-hmm.
would have to know that.
Okay. And when you did you played the first tournament on L9, right? Was
Yeah.
that like a crazy like change from all the teams you had been on previously, considering that there were some new faces on that team? Did you have to
Uh,
adjust to their kind of play style at all, or was it just like a an innate reaction?
It was more innate. I don't think it was really that crazy to deal with at all. I think the problem with it was that we just didn't really care about the game. I
Hmm.
mean, two people, mainly Ray and Dakota, didn't show up for scrims.
Hmm.
Ray was kind of very nonverbal in his like responses. I didn't really talk at all, and Dakota just had bad net and a bad mental at the time.
Hmm.
Well, he still kind of does, but it's not his fault entirely. So I don't hate him for it.
Okay. And did any of those players surprise you at all, or were you kind of expecting their performance?
Elias is definitely better than I thought he'd be, and I
Hmm.
think Corrin is definitely the best sub player in the world for a reason. So
Whoa, this is a hot take.
that's so
The absolute best?
for Suburbia,
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Can you really quick? Can you explain what makes him the best? Like, because we know he's the greatest nader of all time, but is that it?
His geometric positioning is very good on a map like Suburbia, in my opinion. He understands the fluidity of the map, and he will bait you, but you'll know he'll probably be good for two. So it's kind of fun,
Okay.
regardless. He
Okay.
baits you.
Okay. All right. I understand that. So let's skip to the current draft that we're about. Well, the current draft that we just had. Were you surprised at your position?
A little bit, but that's life. I mean, I did kind of tank my stock on purpose because I said, fuck it. I was not going to play because I kind
Mm-hmm.
of got bored. I
Mm-hmm.
want to see how low I get to. Hopefully, I would have got drafted to the Guru team, but I didn't. But I'm on a wig pad. I mean, if we play, we play. I'm going to try to play, but if we don't, we don't.
Right.
I'm indifferent at this point. I'm used to being on bad teams. So, sort of me.
Okay. So you're used to, are you actually used to being on bad teams?
I'm used to being on teams out where no one really cares about scrimming at all and not pracking. So
Mm, okay.
for me, it's something new.
Now, do you think that's important? Because we did see with Booming Bionic, that guy did not play any comp for like a year and a half or something. Came back, played 10 games, and then he just fragged on a dong in the last for Rice and Beans. Is it really that important?
For your team to function, yeah, the majority of you guys need to scrim to have like a general baseline. That Rice and Beans team scrimmed a lot.
Mm,
And another thing too is people underrate Pulse for not just his like. Well, people forget that Pulse is also an IGO and that the way he plays the game, it's almost like a facilitator as well because of the amount of space he gives you. If he
mm-hmm.
just runs up, kills three, you can just kind of play your favorite spot and kind of average a better KDR.
Yeah, yeah.
Like supported power is a lot easier. I think people underrate that factor about Pulse a lot.
Okay. Okay. And did you see any overrated players in the not this draft, but the teams before that? Were you seeing any players that were just overrated to you,
Uh, let's see. I'm
or
actually about to look at the league documents right now for the fall information.
or maybe any players that may have proved you wrong?
I think of all the people that I think that's surprising the most, I think I think Corey was a bit questionable, but he also
Hmm.
did play pure OBJ the whole game, so makes
Right.
sense why his rating was low. Players I thought were kind of questionable. Probably Happy Pants. I think he was a little bit better than I thought he'd be. I think Happy Pants could probably be Pro Cube level pretty soon.
Hmm.
Um, I think Snacks is definitely exceeding my expectations a bit. I think he'd be
Hmm.
that good. I think he's legit. Elias. I think Elias can be top 8 level if he
Okay.
plays enough.
Okay.
I think Carbon's also very high volatility. If he learned to be more consistent, he could be top 3.
Carbon did just drop a 90 the other day.
Yeah, but I wanted to drop that in officials.
Okay.
No, he's very good though. He's good.
Right. And now talk about some overrated players in this draft that you're seeing. Some players that you just don't think are living up to the hype.
For what reason? Like they play enough and they're like not great, or they just don't play enough and they kind of like
No, no,
are
no.
just
Just
not good because of that.
no, no. Just like you see them and you're just like, I don't see what you guys are seeing. Like just in general.
Uh, of Epic at 20, I think it's a bit of a bold take. I mean, I think he's good, but I think I would take Ozzy Thickernet over him. There, as a
That and
Thickernet has higher ceiling.
yeah, I agreed with that. I was
And Cat
shocked.
Drip.
You think Catherp's
I think Cat.
overrated?
No, Cat Drip's probably rated because he's play enough. I think if he plays more, he would have been higher. Overrated
Okay.
players, Andre doesn't really play enough.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan a bit. Say Nathan's a bit overrated.
Mm.
I don't want to say Tioki's, but I'm starting to think Tioki's a bit overrated because he did get drafted a little bit higher than me, so a little bit biased. uh,
Well, I mean, it's like you said, you did tank your stock.
I didn't think it would be that bad though. I'm trying to think. Polar to a little bit of a degree. I think Polar's slightly overrated. I
Okay.
think he's good.
Can you
It's not as good as people make it out to be.
can you explain that? What makes him overrated? Because I do think Polar's pretty. I think Polar's right where he belongs.
I think he's slightly overrated in fragging power. To be
Okay.
exact, I think he's better on OBJ arguably.
I understand that.
He also is like 10 ping, so it's okay. I get it.
It's okay.
Trying to think. What else is here for players I think are overrated? So
Yeah.
Slumnish, I guess. I don't know.
Slimnish. Whoa.
Think it,
We have to unpack this.
think he's good. It's just like I think recently in recent memory, he's definitely gone down as a player.
Well, we do have to
I'd
remember
say he's
Slimnish is in college, so he gets to play what 2 days out the week.
yeah, but I don't play too as like matches in general though. I barely like QPFMM, so
That's true. That's true.
me and him are on the same level, give or take. Uh, yeah, I say those players are pretty overrated. I think everyone's like pretty properly rated.
Okay.
Let's say
We're missing one name though.
who.
9-6, but he's not in the draft. But I do want to talk about him. 9-6.
Yeah, I'd argue Nazi is overrated because the way he plays is it's high volatility. These have a high volatility play styles I think are inherently overrated because people say, "Oh, look at a 90 kill game he's gonna drop," and then forget about the game he'll get like 40 and 50 because it's just the way he plays the game, right?
Okay. Can you explain the way he plays the game to the people who don't understand?
Imagine a guy that has a reaction time about 110 milliseconds and abuses it, but has like the world's worst like positioning and pathing ever, but he just kind of owns it because he has really good reaction time.
Well, isn't that like just how the way the world works? Like, if I'm better than you, I'm just gonna take the fight. No.
Yeah, but against a somewhat smart player, they'll just have better positioning and take you on a unfair fight and then kill you because you're not as precise, right?
Okay. Okay.
That's the thing.
Okay. And now, what about some underrated players that you're looking at and you're saying you're gonna go far?
The obvious answer is Nokia,
Nothing.
Keanu.
Yeah.
Honestly, Elias, Dakota, if he fixes his mental and somehow has good internet, I'd say he's definitely underrated now. Happy Pants, Guru, I think could be rank one.
Okay. What's stopping
Vanguard
him?
clans could be top three.
What's stopping Guru from rank 1?
Works too much.
Oh.
So
Well,
it is.
there you go. Yeah.
Seal HRT. Azure Celt if he had a mic and wasn't brain dead.
Azure Stealth.
I think he could be decent if he calmed and wasn't brain dead.
Azure Stealth is under.
I think he is. If he calms and actually if he calms and was human and got coached, he wouldn't be bad. I don't think he's that bad.
He's not that bad, but underrated is.
He has a brain worm, bro. He has a brain worm. That's his problem. I don't think. Let me check what round he got drafted in. Like what, the 9th round? I don't think he should have been a 9th round pick.
You should have been higher or lower.
I think he should have been like 7th or 8th. Honestly,
Interesting. Do you think it's like Corey, where nobody likes him, so nobody wants him on their team?
absolutely.
Interesting. Okay.
Cat Derp is a little bit underrated. He just doesn't play enough. If he played more, he'd be top 15 easily,
Yeah,
if not top
easily.
10.
Yeah. So what's keeping Elias back? Do you think? What's
Doesn't
so
play
good
enough.
about? Okay, but he plays other like intensive games like Apex. That's his main game.
Yeah.
Would you not say that's like a little bit more intensive than PF and requires more? So
It is, but it's just a different game. It's like I said, a lot of games are just different, so you're gonna have
okay,
more strengths than others, right? In
okay,
certain things.
yeah,
So it's kind of fun.
okay. I can't get over Asher Stealth. Oh fuck, he's gonna watch this and ping me and be like, "Fuck you," and I just holy fuck. Okay, so Keanu though, Keanu's been on one. Do we see Keanu
Yeah.
going far in this tournament?
Assuming Wingpad actually plays a game and Nick is an emo, yeah, we probably get top three, maybe. Surely. Maybe top two if we get lucky.
Mm-hmm. Do you really think Nick's gonna not be emo?
There's a chance, but I don't really care, bro. At this point, it's my life, so.
Right. Okay. And so, what are some? You've been very vocal about Warehouse being a bad map. Can you explain to the people the hate?
It's a map that forces you to have really proper pathing, and that any sort of variation will make you. Oh, you'll get punished for having any sort of like deviation of the normal pathing.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's such a high glitchy map, right? You have to play around that.
Right.
I feel like with how modern day PF is, it's just not the case to play like that.
So you're saying the predictability is what makes it bad.
Yeah, it's not a hard map to play. I just find it very boring.
So then, if predictability makes it bad, would Suburbia not also be bad in context because it's also predictable?
It's predictable, but the Sunset, it feels more like an aim dueling map compared to Warehouse, where it feels a lot more predatory in the way you're meant to play it.
Right.
I feel
So
like in Suburbia, there's a lot more expression of how you're meant to play. You can there's a lot of different ways compared to like Warehouse. I feel like Warehouse is very set in stone in your play styles
mm-hmm.
in comparison.
Okay. Okay. And we did try Concrete House. What was your? Did you have any qualms with Concrete House, or did you think that was better?
I think it's worse because if you lose the neutral, being the hardest thing about Warehouse, it's just harder to recover.
Okay.
Being your first fight is a neutral, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
And what about Pulse House? Do you like Pulse House or no? Have you not played?
it's better. I played it.
Okay. You think what's better about it? Can you explain?
The flow is a lot better. There's more entrance points. It's
Mm-hmm.
still not a great map, but it's playable. I won't get really annoyed if I played it.
Mm-hmm. What's like
That's something the nice thing
what's
about
like
it.
your best like you look at Pulse House and you're like that could be changed, but it's like what could be changed about Pulse House just to make it that much better?
None of the cars should be head glitchable. That's just
Oh,
my hot take, but
okay. Okay. So no police head glitch, no phantom cars, no OP head glitch.
none of them. Not even red air. Literally none of them.
Can you explain this? Because this is like, whoa.
I just think a lot of it is just way too redundant, and that it creates way too many power positions they're meant to play on. It's not
Okay.
hard to play on. I just find it really annoying. If
Mm-hmm.
most maps were like Suburbia, I think people would like it a lot more, and newer players would probably enjoy it and not like say and dread Warehouse
Mm-hmm.
or Pulse House.
Okay.
That's just me though.
And you've also escaped the elevation cost brainworm. Can you explain why this map has such a grip over people? Because I've escaped it. I escaped. I got out. Can you explain why this map has such a grip on everybody, really?
It's one of the few maps where I think you can play and overextend to such an extent to their spawn and not really get punished for it, but actually rewarded more often than not.
Mm-hmm.
It rewards you for doing really stupid plays that other maps generally like reward you for.
Mm-hmm. So you think just like the dopamine of people getting all these kills on Ellie is just like making them want to keep playing it over and over again?
I always even dumb me, but it's like sheer stupidity because the amount of things you can get away with that in that map is like really dumb. Like if I were to give you an example, like say if I spawn like I don't know red warehouse going terrace side,
Mm-hmm.
I can kill a guy going terrace, then path towards a bridge, and then kill a guy spawn window and go all the way to blue ware. And you can understand why that fundamentally is very dumb.
Yeah.
I can just rush their spawn out of nowhere in a competitive setting and get away with it and
Right.
be impactful.
Right. Okay. So do you think that we should replace it in the map pool for like a different map, like a map like Mall that's not in the map pool, or do you think that it's okay and we should just lay it out?
I think Ellie Cop, if anything, should just not be in the pool. I think we should probably try hard play more often on Ellie.
Okay. And what makes Hardpoint better? Just the fact that the point moves?
The fact that the point moves and I feel like a glorified TDM essentially.
Okay. Okay.
That's mainly it.
And so, what do you think the best maps for comp are, or the best maps have been in comp since you've played for so long?
Suburbia, the recent Suburbia,
Mm-hmm.
probably the best comp map in my opinion. So it's comp ready. I think Neon is good
Mm-hmm.
because Neon is actually not that hard to play. It's just that most people can't comprehend the concept of rotations.
Right.
So
And what makes
say
neon
Neon, and
what makes neon so good? Is it just the rotations?
it actually requires you to have like basic team coordination. That's why like really bad players don't really like the map.
Okay. And then would you say the most recent rendition of Null Sight has exceeded expectations of being, because a lot of people, original Black Sight wasn't highly looked upon. So we fixed it. We got Tom's site. That was kind of shit too. No offense to Tom. And then we got Null Site, this most recent rendition, and I think it's the best map. Do you agree or do you disagree or do you not care?
It's not the best map, but it's pretty playable. I don't really find it annoying at all. It's a pretty simple map. It fits modern day PF very well.
Mm-hmm.
What the strengths are of the game. So I
And what
think
are
it's
the
good.
strengths?
I mean, everyone wants to be aggressive and play for frags, right? That
Right.
map literally facilitates playing for frags a lot. So
Okay. And with the maps all coming to an end, right? Let's switch to the guns now. Have you played with any of these OP guns? The Conga, the AK-12C Conga, the Scar HC, um, the Tar when it was that good, the HK-416, the August Repara, the X95R. Were Do you think those guns like that were okay to exist, or did you think that they were just too overtuned?
I think a lot of the guns, if not the modern day guns, is meta or overtuned as hell.
Hmm.
I mean, if you want my proof of meta of the game, it would be like 700 RPM, 4 to 5 shot kill guns,
So
if not higher.
so
But it
pro
would never
rolls.
happen. The original rendition of Pros was going to be an AUG A2 AK-74 meta in like V5.
Hmm.
That's all it was. And
So
then Tom kind of flew out the window.
was pro
So
rolls your original idea?
yeah,
Hmm.
I thought about it. I just think that most guns don't need to be in the game for natural competitive format at
Hmm.
all.
Do you think that we have a shot at Because I love pro rolls. Do you think that we have a shot at going back to pro rolls?
No, not at all.
No. Why?
People love variety. So simple.
I mean, there's variety in pro rolls. You could use the AUG A2, the AUG A3, the AK-74. Like there was guns. There was different guns that you could use.
Well,
There,
people just love that variety of being quirky and finding the new meta. So because of that, I just don't think it'll ever happen again. And people just find a great offense to that. It feels like they're kind of like, I guess, in prison, like gun in prison, or whatever the hell it is.
I mean,
I don't know. I think people just overreact about what variety means in this game.
but like
That's
people
just me.
put themselves in gun prison.
But yeah,
Ev-
because those guns are like oppressive. I think
so then what's the point? Like if we're giving, it's like if I'm giving you variety and you're using one gun, why not just put in what would make the game better? Because truthfully, I think pro rules would make the game better. Nobody wants to play against a 1,000 RPM 3 shot gun. I'm sorry, it's just not fun. I want to play like I want to at least get the chance to shoot you while I'm on 900 ping. I think that's what pro rules did. Like if we look at a player like Bob became so good for that like 1 week because of pro rules, and then we took away pro rules, and he just he went back to being a good player still, but he wasn't as good as he was with pro rules on West Ping while we mainly play East servers.
I mean, what you're addressing is a very common feeling that most people want to feel superiority and just be better. So, I
Right.
mean, if you want to always be better and play on lower ping servers, that's fine. I just think that, I mean, I'm pro rules by the way for reference, but
Hmm.
like most people just aren't afraid to play on a higher TTK format because they're afraid of being bad or being shit. So that's why I don't really take offense to it.
Okay.
I think we play on a higher TTK format. A lot of players would be very frustrated. So, also the game wouldn't be PF. So,
So
so
do
messy.
you do you think that do you by the way, do you think that pros would bring out some talent, like some real hidden talent, like it did with Bob? Do you think that if we brought back pros, we would see a rise in like actual players?
I think West Coast players wouldn't be as annoyed, and players on shittier ping wouldn't be as annoyed.
Okay. 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 So let's switch to teams. What's WigPad up to? Because WigPad's kind of hidden. People think that WigPad's pretty bad, but I think WigPad's going places. People are scared that Nick's not gonna play, but I don't think you guys need Nick. Do you need Nick?
Depend. It's really honestly with how the team's formatted. I might have to be the X factor for this team.
Hmm. Okay. And what's that entail in you doing?
Not pass your frag if Nick's not there.
Okay.
Someone has to. It's either me or Anton or Reddy
Okay.
or
And
Synaxis.
right. But Snacks. So do we think that Anton is can have a chance of becoming the X factor for WigPad?
Realistically, it's whoever frags the most, so it'll probably be Reddy, and then me, Anton, and Synaxis will just play around OBJ, be like the flex players. That's
Okay.
kind of a win con. And a Nokia.
Nokia. You'd start Nokia
It,
over Keanu.
it'd be interchangeable. It depends on the map, I
Okay.
think.
Okay. And then what are some weaker teams that you think would need to make some changes to improve their starting five?
Uh, I don't think you can change Scalies, bro. They're just high volatility because half of them can't even play, given on the days they can play.
This Scaly hate
Um,
needs to stop.
Team Mucka, if they can actually get a solid five, they'll be really good.
Right?
Assuming they do. Give me the loot. Really top heavy, but assuming that Thinkernet and Blindspot play, they matter a lot.
Well, I mean, Blind Spot's come back and he's been
If he does his
blind.
job, he'll be good. If not, then they'll just kind of be the shitter of the team, which could be unlucky for them.
Right.
RMC, Corey and Tioki. A lot of the times this is your bottom five, and honestly, the best bottom five might be our team or Pulse's team in terms of bottom five.
Pulse's who's bottom on Pulse's team?
Booming and Cat Derp.
Oh, okay. Do we think
And
Catder's gonna
then
show up? Just a big
it
question.
depends. If he does show up, that team. If we're based off theoreticals, I'd say that team's like pretty up there.
Right.
Also, Misty and Epic. We're better at Misty and Epic. Yeah, I'd
Hmm.
probably say us or Pulse the same for bottom five.
Wait, can I talk about Misty really quickly?
Go for it.
Misty has so many games in PFMM. Do you think that he's hard locked at where he is right now?
No, I think he just needs a new monitor and a new PC.
Okay.
Probably needs a keyboard
Hmm. Okay.
and probably Physics Sleep Central.
Yes, he does need to do that too. Stop queuing at like 9 a.m. and just throwing the games. But let's talk about throwing games. Actually, do you think that do you think people cry about that too much, or do you think that that's like an issue?
I mean, it's kind of an issue, but at the same time, though, it's kind of like a friend group thing with PFMM. There's not enough people to where I think it's a real crazy issue. It's
Right.
annoying more than anything, but it's a crazy concern.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, um, there was okay. I want to talk about this. There was no Elo in ProQ until recently. Why? Well, why do you think that is?
Well, according to Nolan, it was, as you quote, asinine. I'm not gonna say the R word, but you get the point. It's very foolish, according to him. So,
Right.
which makes sense because I think in Pro Q everyone has their own good days, and most Pro Q players are very similar skill level.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Elos really need to be a thing in
Okay.
Pro Q.
Okay. And then Elo in. Do you think Elo in Burger Q is inflated?
Yeah, I mean I'm 1350 right now. I'm like what top 20 and I'm in play or top 15.
I mean, you could be a top. You could be a top 20 player in Burger Q though.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I think that Elo can be inflated if he's playing really bad Qs and just hard carry.
Hmm.
So just snipe Qs. If you see a guy like Gengar at your Q, just don't get Gengar to him and you just farm off him. So
Bro.
or like Chud Sass, I don't know. Those are two we can farm.
Oh fuck. Do you think those because I hear a lot of times that those players kind of lose the team their game. Do you think that it really does come down to those like your very bottom player losing you the game a lot of times?
Yeah, your baseline always matters. That's why I used to rage like Candy Cream like 5 or 6 years ago because it was horrible. He still is horrible, but I don't hate him as much. I think I've grown as a person.
Poor guy. Poor guy. He never mind. Never mind.
He's an interesting character. That's all I'm gonna
He's
say.
he's definitely a character. And what about a player like Jin? Jin comes back,
Jin,
yeah, because he's playing for
he's pretty bad.
Skillies. He's not that bad though.
He's pretty bad.
In the
It's not.
Skillies,
It's not as bad as I think he's around Candy Cringley level, so a
but
little bit better.
Candy Crinkly's bad. Like, I don't think Jin is that bad. I think Jin could play, and he wouldn't be the losing factor.
He could definitely be a losing factor. I think he's a little bit worse than Clam for reference.
Well, Clam's not bad. Clam's just hard locked on a PC.
Okay, I think he's around Jerk. I'm not Jerk Fist level. He's around John level.
Okay,
That's the kiss.
okay, sure. Do we think John has potential?
If he plays the game and learns the game, maybe. I think any player has potential if they are willing to learn the game.
Well, I thought so too, but a lot of people that I talked with recently, like Anton, podcast coming soon, by the way. Anton said that some players are just inherently bad. Do you agree with him?
In the context of mindset, some players just don't ever want to be good at the game, which is fair. It's not wrong, but want to be bad at the game. I couldn't do it, but you can be bad.
Right.
I just think some people just don't care about being good, like Mo Burgers, but it's fine.
Well, I mean, he clearly did care. He used the controller for those, 3 games?
Yeah, but see, a real man would just learn to play on like on mouse and keyboard and learn everything about how to probably M-slide peek and have good mechanics, but it's fine.
It's fine. I just don't understand why he didn't save that for our matches. Like, come on, Mo Burgers.
Yeah, you could have done that. It would have been better for him, but it's okay.
Come on, Mo Burgers.
I mean, you got like what? Kai's never been good at the game, but he never cared. It's Mass, you never cared about the game.
But I thought he did though, because he was on Azon, and Azon was like the team that wanted to do it.
He was like the lolcow of the team, bro. Let's be honest.
Oh.
If you want, you can put that also in the title. Ismass was the lolcow of Azon.
The lol cows.
If you want, you can put that in title. Yeah. There you go.
Bro. And Kai was like, but Kai used to always get mad at people for being bad. So why would he himself, like, what's going on
He
there?
just never was a hard carry in his life, so it's fair to say.
Okay. Well, hey. Let's go back to that era of PFMM. What was going on there? Everybody was so mean.
We had an era that was dictated by Silas and how they were just kind of forcing us to talk in a certain way that was very friendly, very content friendly.
So it was just like the real deal when you got to PFMM, because it wasn't connected to Stylus.
Yeah, we kind of it was a lot more vocal. So a lot more people were a lot more vulgar. We were also younger at the time, so we were naturally just kind of less of a filter, right?
Right.
I think that's mainly the reason why.
Okay. And so,
Including myself, I regret a lot what I do.
were you one of the big assholes back then in PFMM?
Yeah, I'd say it was.
Okay. Who were the biggest? Since we're just gonna talk about it, who were some of the biggest assholes back then?
Probably me, Rice,
Rice.
Epic J, probably. Guru, probably still now Guru, but I don't really care. Basically, most of the top level players were just kind of condescending futures were hard throwing games, which made sense. I mean, we cared about Elo way too much.
Yeah,
Makes sense. Yeah, basically. Bounty probably when he got good. I don't know.
So what was the best era of PFMM, do you think?
When we have a kill record, I played at my peak.
Oh man, what was the kill record?
82. It's like 82 and 30, 82 and 35, and like Black Site kill confirmed.
Whoa,
Pretty sure.
Talk me through that. Black Site KC. I was expecting like Metro Warehouse.
No, I don't know. That was one of the games where apparently Jim Murray said was aimbotting, so I don't remember it much, but yeah.
Okay. Jin fucking ready. Well, 82. Do you still have that? Well, no, obviously not, but not anymore.
I think Guru broke my record, and then Carbon took it, and then back to Guru, and then now like Pulse or whatever. But
Carbon
it
took
happens. For a short time, I think, yeah, for the kill record.
Okay. Carbon. Let's talk about Carbon. You were around for the Carbon era, right?
Loosely. I remember he was like a very good guy that came out of Azon clan, which is like one of the most newbie clans of all time, or teams of all time.
Wait, whoa.
They were bad for a while, bro. They were bad for a while.
Oh.
He used to be Q Donnie and Friends, bro. That's what we called it back in the day.
So was Donnie really good up? Was he really up there?
He was the only notable player on that team. Everyone else was like a bunch of turbo nibs.
Okay. And do you think Donnie, like, how did he? Well, I guess I can't ask you, but do you think that he created this team of like great players? Because it was Carbon and then Doom, like a little lower than him, quite a bit lower actually. But it was like Carbon came out of there, Doom came out of there. Uh, what's his face?
Of Epic.
Of Epic, yes, Of Epic came out of there, and Of Epic was arguably, I think, a little better than Doom. He got a little better than Doom. Do you think that did Donnie have just a talent for making these players? Because
I don't even think it was even a talent thing. They just wanted it more. If you just played more scrims and did what you want to do to win, you'll naturally be better. I mean, like I said, season two of like SCL, we basically jugged Spencer's AZ roster with Malt and Daniel, and we just made Pittsburgh Steelers essentially. I think Spencer got mad and almost cried about it or something,
he
which I feel
cried.
bad for.
Poor
I think
guy.
he might have cried. I don't know.
Over
It's
his PF roster getting taken.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for that. I mean, I definitely feel the karma now. I definitely felt the karma before, so it's kind of fine. I don't really hate him or anything.
Right.
There's also season one where I took a Xenokill's team from him for Team Nuts because we couldn't like register.
See,
He was just kind of brand mutiny.
who?
Yeah, we I saw a lot of teams. I can't even lie.
Why?
Mainly those two.
Why were people willing to join Zeno's team?
Oh, we just thought. Well, we just thought we and Acid Synergy at the time had the plan to just overtake his team because we just forgot to register. So
Acid
it sounds like fuck
Synergy,
it.
aka Larkus, currently.
Yep,
Do
that guy.
do you guys go back or no?
Decent bit. I never hated him. Really funny guy to play PFM with.
Okay.
He always had like anger issues, but not anymore. He's calmed down a bit.
Right, he's chilled out. That's cool. So does it like give you a sense of like nostalgia to see all these players that you know like you played the game with and they're coming back and they're like chilled out and you guys can just chill in PFMM?
I'm just surprised he's still playing the game like me. I'm like 23 now, bro. I'm old.
It's okay. Tioki's is like 24.
He's 22, turning 23 in a few days.
Oh, whatever. Well, you were on NASA. You were in NASA, right?
That is true.
What was NASA?
It was like Nolan's autist special something. It was something related with Nolan that was offensive, which
Wait.
looking back at it now,
Oh,
what's
so
up?
it wasn't.
That was the original name.
It wasn't like the space. Oh wow.
No, it was a way to make fun of Nolan at the time, if I remember correctly.
But I thought Nolan was in it.
No, he was not in it. At least when I was in the team, he was not in it. That was originally what the name was going to be. I
Oh, so why? Who was in? Who was the original NASA members?
think it was like what? I guess maybe me, Bryce, Tom, Jay, Nathan, um, Super Garmata or Aaron,
Right.
Callie, the Nub, Pichu, those guys.
Hmm. And then
Later Guru.
and then what happened to NASA? Like where?
Bryce was kind of a team cancer. He was just really annoying.
Hmm.
Epic J just kind of like just wasn't that great.
Hmm.
Everyone just kind of hated each other. And I remember one time we actually scrimmed without Bryce, and the comps were just immediately better. Everyone flew like the fluidity of the team was just night and day.
Hmm. So
It's really funny.
was Bryce's ego really is? Did his ego live up to his talents?
I say he did. It's just the thing with him. He was such a vocally annoying guy in your ears whenever he made a bad play that a lot of people just didn't like being around him, which made sense.
Hmm. Okay.
I'm just kind of used to it then. So
Understandably, yeah. And then when you guys said you scrimmed without him, did after that were you just like we have to cut this guy or did you just deal with it?
no, we kind of just lived with this. Let's be like a friend group. I think we just kind of like didn't want to be a part of a team anymore. I was like kind of skeptical playing with them, honestly,
Hmm.
at that time.
Okay.
They were also a friend group. I was fairly close to them.
Right, right, right. So after that, NASA goes to shit, right?
Yep.
Okay. But
And then I also learned that Bryce Slater is a predator, and I cut every single tie with him. I feel disgusted. I even remotely interacted with him. I still feel disgusted to this day.
did he still
Truthfully,
did he try to like talk to you after that or no?
no. I just cut ties. I didn't want to ever interact with him. That was good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, I get it. Understandable. And then you recreated that with Zaza, did you not?
No, Zion's just it's just a friend group that like we're just like we just talk and say stupid things. It's a lot of the old people from Spyro's community,
Okay, okay,
like Joey, Keanu, those guys.
okay, okay. Well, that's fun. And so, switching back right now, our end, the present. Sam, you as a player, where do you see yourself being after this league is done? Well, after this tournament is done, where do you see yourself?
If I win, I'll probably quit. If
Mm-hmm.
I don't win, probably keep playing. I don't know. That's
Okay,
about it.
you're gonna keep playing for the win.
Hopefully, if I don't win it within a year, I'll probably just quit the game and not look back.
Hmm. Okay. Has anybody ever done that? I don't think it's possible.
No, but I want to at least win one more time to prove I still got it. So,
Right. Well, this has been inspiring, Sam. Do you have any? Do you have any? Actually, do you have any funny stories that you want to tell to the pod?
let's see here. Um, I think for before we played against Chaos, I think in season one of SCL, I was really hungover
Mm-hmm.
and I just played like shit.
Mm-hmm.
For season one of SCL, I didn't play a single game sober. In SCL season two, I didn't play a single game sober as well.
Okay.
Um, when I got the 82 kill record, I literally had the most degenerate lifestyle of all time. Uh, and I think Nolan still might. I think he still loves peanut butter. I don't know. I mean,
Peanut
what do
butter.
you say?
Peanut butter
And
is
if anyone wants to be
disgusting.
good at the game, talk to Vanguard Clemens about it and pay him money for coaching. He's really good.
Do you think
I
Van would
rate him
actually
highly.
coach players?
Yeah, if you give him money.
Okay. Well, we're going to have a pod with Van, Nolan, and Guru coming out soon. Stay tuned if you want to pick whatever. Never mind. I don't care. Thank you, Sam, for being on the pod. Do you have any last words?
Uh, don't ruin your life for gaming. That's it.
Okay. Okay, wait. Before we go, I just need you to explain your name in Discord. Cutting PF hours for Batty Hub. Can you explain
Nick
this?
has a name for what's the name? His name was cutting PF hours for Amazon, so I thought Batty would be a funny equivalent.
What is Batty Hub?
That's something you have to look up your own time. I'm not explaining that here. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam, for joining us on the Conticast. This is Continuum signing off. Goodbye.